new website. So she was at the center of the idea for this, Meghan, and something having to do with the Queen. What has to do with the Queen? I'm shuffling, by the way. See? Okay. So she was like, okay, now that we are moved away, now it's time. We don't have to feel stuck anymore. This is being stuck. Two of Swords. Queen of Wands said we don't have to feel stuck anymore. And now that, you know, in our marriage, now that I feel like it has something to do with, okay, so we have to think about our future. So she talked to Harry about this, I'm hearing. She says, now that we moved away, we have to think about our future. We felt stuck because when the Queen was alive, I feel like this had to do with the Queen, the Empress. We wanted to support her. Oh, really? That's why you went away? And we didn't want to look deceptive, Five of Swords. We were worried about that, or Meghan was worried about that, Nine of Swords. The reason I'm saying that is because Meghan came out right away in this reading. And ultimately now being looked at as backstabbers and deceptive. I think this has to do with it being irrelevant in her mind now because the Queen is dead. Okay, so let's just ask. Does Meghan feel like she can get away with more with this branding of the Sussex dukedom? It's not really even their name. Their name is Mountbatten Windsor. But changing their children's name to Sussex, so I'm assuming Harry and Meghan changed their name, because why would they have a different last name than their children? Did they think they could get away with this now because the Queen is dead? Oh my gosh, look at that. I said, is the Queen, because the Queen is dead. And then the freaking death card comes out. And this is yes to a yes or no question. And this has to do with their marriage. So, first of all, it was Meghan's idea. She came out right away in this reading, like before anybody. And once the Queen was replaced with a king, look at this, the Emperor. She says, now we don't have to be uncertain anymore because the Queen passed away, death card. And now for our marriage, yes, we can go forward with this new branding. Meghan said, Harry went along with it. Not to say that Harry's not responsible, because he could choose not to go along with things, and he goes along with it. But then she was like, okay, Queen, right? The Queen, this also could be Catherine, but I think it's the Queen, because Capricorn and Taurus. We had a loss of her, loss, Five of Cups, loss of the Queen. Okay, so now we can put our marriage first in the regards of branding. There's no more uncertainty now that she is dead. We have a king, so we can go forward with our plans. Look at this. We can go forward. I said we can go forward after the death, right? We can manifest. This is the law of attraction, the magician. We can create what it is we always intended. So there's a lot on this about manifesting with the law of attraction, what was intended. No, little lady, come up here. Right here. Come on, sweetie. Princess Athena. Little lady, come on. I don't want her to jump up in front of the camera. So there's more of this, like, that was worked on and behind the scenes before the death of the Queen even happened. They were like waiting to do this. And look at, I have the sun again. Yes. Like, they were waiting for the death of the Queen and for an emperor or king to be there, for them to follow through with their plans and what they already planned on doing, and to manifest that with the magician. Because before they were, look at this, when the Queen, right, when she didn't die, they were uncertain when they could do this plan, this mastermind that they had. And then when the Queen, the Empress, died and there was a king, they decided to go forward with their plans. Magician, go forward with their plans. Three of Pentacles. This is crazy. And basically they were like, okay, we've moved over to California. We fully walked away from the family. We just walked away. But, you know, let's model ourselves. Let's use this name to model ourselves after Diana. Like, she thinks she's Diana 2.0, okay? And Harry was very much on board with this. Like, let's do this for mom. Like, make sure they have the Sussex name so they're still part of the family to some degree because of mom. She would have wanted that. Like, they're thinking Diana would have wanted all of this. And Harry, like, look at that. Harry facing the Queen of Cups, Diana. After they moved and turned their back on the family, they feel like this is retaining a connection to the family by branding this name and using this name, and like their wishes are going to come true. And they feel like he still feels the loss of his mother, right? And he feels unstable because of this. And this made him agree to this with Meghan. Like, she tried to pitch it to him, like, wouldn't your mother want you to still have a tie to the family? You know, wouldn't your mother still want this or whatever? Something like that. So we already know William is very pissed off with this. How does William feel about the new website? Oh, there was a card that just flew out. Huh. He feels like, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. I've turned my back on these people and they put me in situations it's like difficult to deal with these people. I don't want to deal with them. I just want to focus on what I've got to do going forward. And I have let go of them. And this is a message about him. Look at that, Knight of Cups. I'm moving forward. This also could be indicating Cancer because it's a Chariot, but I feel like it's talking about him moving forward because this is also indicating Cancer. So I don't think it's indicated twice. Like Cancer, the sign, which is William's sign. I think it's saying, like William is saying, right? I move forward. I walked away from these idiots, but at the same time, they put me in impossible situations. Like, how am I supposed to react to this shit? Like, using that name, making a whole website off of it. He doesn't trust them. You know, they're Knight of Wands. And he feels like stuck on what he has to do in life because of all the things he's overwhelmed with. So, I mean, ultimately, that's what it is. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, okay, people will see the truth hopefully someday, the truth of these two. I've just got to go forward and focus on the people that I love right now, that I care about, my wife, my father, especially, look at that. I have to do this in the name of the Queen and focus on the future Queen, my wife. It also could talk about supporting the current Queen, like in her duties, because Catherine and Charles can't do anything. And I'm just focusing on going forward. That's what I have. William is kind of over it. He does feel kind of like stuck, like the Eight of Swords I got earlier, as to how she should react to the Sussex website, if he should react. But he's over it. This was masterminded by Meghan, it looks like. Harry went along with it. Again, he's fully accountable for going along with it. It doesn't make him any less accountable. Let's please stop being misogynistic and saying, but if it wasn't for her, this would happen. Oh, but it's all her fault. It's like, come on. Unless he's a mindless, do you really think he's a mindless idiot? And even if he was a mindless idiot, he's still accountable for his behavior. She's not any worse than him. In fact, I think he is worse than her because it is his family he has to answer to, his blood relatives. Anyways, even if they're all distantly related, he's directly related. You know what I mean? But anyways, that's what I have. If you want to see more readings about Harry and Meghan, stuff about the world, my predictions for the election coming up this year and all of that, go to my Patreon. Bye.